Where's our green screen?
I'm swimming!
There'll be a green screen and we'll be like, we're flying through the air.
I'm a flying fish.
Or we'll put that, since Earth Day, we'll put that live cast of the Earth right behind us.
Welcome.
Oh, it's inside the ant farm.
Here's the beer of the day. It's
This looks pretty crazy.
Chuka Brewing Company in Hammondsport, New York. Another great local brew. It's a habanero.
I don't know if it's great yet. It's it's scary. It's called Afterburner. A taste bud takeoff.
Prost.
It's very smoky.
I like it.
Definitely got like that habanero flavor to it. Yeah, and the kick is like right in the bottom of your throat. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that they brewed with some kind of hot pepper in there. Well, it's faint, and that's because it's probably
very savory. Which we just had a sweet beer before this. Yeah. So Matt, how you doing? Tired. I slept from 4:30 to about 6:15 today, so that's pretty awesome.
4:30 a.m.
This is my first day off, really, in like a week, and then like I don't have another day off until hopefully Monday, hopefully. So, but I'm making
they pay a lot of money, don't they? They pay like a lot of money.
My overtime's pretty sweet right now, especially right now. Well, we have a couple people down, and we got a person that's going out with major surgery, so we're trying to just cover the best we can. And nights is tough sometimes, but. Well, we have a gig coming up soon. So
you're saying like some nights you stay up cashing in your bad luck?
And we went to the baby doctor, and I can't tell you which we found out the sex, but I can't tell you right now because we haven't officially announced it yet. So,
can you tell me off camera? Because I don't know.
Yeah, you do. He knows more than anyone else, except for
it's an iguana
me and Jess.
It's a lizard person. It'll be the next president of the United States.
That's our third kid because we've already. Oh, I said too much. Okay, but
I've said too much. I haven't
how about
said
you?
enough.
How about
it's
you?
coming off the lighting right now on this camera. It's like fading in and out. I have no clue what that's about. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can balance it real quick. This is expert. Boom. Huh? You good now? I don't know.
I look even more debonair than I did last.
This could be an interesting episode of fading in and out.
High quality. Our cameraman obviously getting fired after this episode. I'm just saying.
So, Sony, you're losing some stock right now.
I'm just saying Samsung doesn't do that. Samsung is fine.
My Galaxy Note. I have to resurrect it. It's still around. So, Matt, I want to talk about some stuff.
Well, you never said how you were doing, jerk.
I don't care how I'm doing. Nobody cares.
I care. These people are
Nobody
come here.
cares, Matt.
They can turn off after 4 minutes.
They care that Iceman is gay. He's gay. Iceman is gay.
Okay.
People. New gay hero.
So, in the new X-Men, which
I just read it.
I haven't read it yet. I just heard about it. But in the new X-Men, which if you don't read the new X-Men, basically the X-Men, the original X-Men have somehow been brought to the present
by Beast, present Beast.
Who's the one who should be gay, by the way? Anyone?
Beast? Oh, come on, why? Just because he's a scientist?
Maybe I hear the blues are calling, toss salad and
Frazier's not gay.
eggs.
Frazier had like so many ladies.
He is.
He's so many ladies.
He is like the margarine of gay.
He was smashing puss all over the place. Man, what are you talking about?
It's like, I'm smashing puss. I hope that's the name of this episode.
Well, that's Niles. No, I can't put that word.
Smashing puss.
That's...
It's puss. No, it's puss.
Gay.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Original new X-Men, the guy brought from the past is gay, but the guy Iceman in the future is not gay,
which means he's in the closet.
So does that make him have to go? Maybe I am gay, or like
they're gonna out other.
Who am I? Or are they saying no? Gay's a choice. New Iceman.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or like that's why I'm really confused.
Or
right
like
now.
he had that what was the gender preference reassignment or whatever that is, that the camp thing. I'm like, please don't do
like,
that.
I wonder. How are they gonna go with this and make it plausible? Because like I said, I was trying to think of, is there an X-Men, like a male X-Men that hasn't had a relationship with someone, like a girl? They always do like that lost love thing, Colossus, probably Nightcrawler, So I was trying to think. I was like, is there like, could they make like Beast gay or somebody like that? He's probably had like a, he probably dated the She-Hulk for like 3 weeks or something,
Actually, that's correct. He did a She-Hulk for 3 weeks in the comics, and he's like, yeah, we're both good.
He's like, I'm actually gay, baby.
Yeah,
I hear
so-
the blues are calling. Toss salad and scrambled
I'm
eggs.
pushing blue rope right now.
He's like, it is really cool looking
I
down
thought
here.
maybe because you're so testosterone laden that it might help, but
He's like, it's looking cool down here. I mean, you're green and blue, but I mean, other than that, it's not doing
it's like a
anything.
weird collage. It's like something like a Bob Ross.
It's like a crazy
painted-
kaleidoscope thing. I don't know what's going on.
Looks like Salvador Dali.
This one's not safe for work anymore. But so how do you feel about that? How do you?
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. I think it's a little weird that I want to see where they go with it first.
I feel like they're just doing it because, like, hey, it's cool to have a gay person in your comic, and
I think it would have made sense if there's more threads, but they basically like, oh, because he overcompensates so much, he's gay,
Yeah.
which is a thing, I guess. But he's also
it's
supposed
kind
to
of a
have
lame
relationships
way
with women.
Yeah, it's a lame way to have the thing. You know, I don't know. Like,
and also if
it's like I read your mind. You're gay.
yeah, well, if Jean, so
Spoilers,
has Jean
but-
Grey like never done that before, like in the comics? Has she never like read his Bobby Drake's mind and be like,
She's
oh,
like,
yeah,
and
he
she's
loves
like,
Tom.
oh, when I read Booth,
Just
I read
like-
Beast mind. Beast loves little girls, like
Yeah.
tiny, like,
yeah, like and
small
like,
is better.
yeah, like Professor X probably has some kinky stuff in there too. You know what
yeah,
I'm
like,
saying?
like
she's
some
just-
Christian Grey stuff in there.
Yeah,
you know?
like, just like he's like, oh, I want to tie all my children. And actually, in the comics, there was a point where Charles Xavier had like a huge crush on Jean Grey when she was first on team. So like when she was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like,
It's like I know he's not gay. I've seen it.
well, and it's like all this like stupid pining stuff. Like he's like, oh, I hope that she knows. Hopefully, she doesn't become too powerful and read my mind that I love her so much in her little girl just bursting through puberty body. I'm like, oh, no.
Was that 70s maybe?
And no, that was like in the 60s. That was like in the
60s, okay,
very
yeah,
early
I was
comics.
saying.
Yeah.
I was saying like 60s or 70s. They got weird stuff back then. It's like, there's no way they could write about that.
Boy, is she a tomato?
Yeah,
You know, like.
Oh,
And then
man.
Miss Marvel runs in and goes, I hate men! And then runs away. There's actually a comic where she almost lets a person die because she's like trying to save them, and then she finds out it's a man. And it's Johnny Storm like falling to his death basically because he gets knocked out in the air. And she like flies and like, oh, see, oh, no, he's a man. And then just like pieces out when he's falling to his death. And I saw that recently and I was like, and it was a cracked.com article and I was like, this is great. He's a man! And it like flies away and he's just, and so like the thing has
we
to like,
got it. You're a feminist.
so
Jeez.
like the thing like, you know, like takes a parachute and catches him or something weird like that. One of those 60s things.
It's like, thanks a lot, broad.
I'll shove this car underneath Johnny so we'll fall on the
This
top of
club
the car.
were in time. That dame didn't help
He
him.
bounced off the hood of the car after an 80-story fall and he's fine now.
That's one for my Ben Grimm impression, two for his Ben Grimm.
Remember, mine's a 60s Van Gogh impression. Yancey Street!
And mine's all Michael Chiklis.
Most powerful four! Mine's
Oh.
90s Fantastic Four, Ben Grimm.
Uh,
Don't need no more.
oh boy.
This man, gay though. Loves cock. Loves it.
I have a lot of different Marvel news, but I had X-Men comes out on there.
I have
one
piece of good news and a bunch of. Well, no, this is good too.
I have a really good piece of news I put in like the day after
What's just funny?
our
Fun
podcast. So the Defenders. Now, if you're watching Netflix, you've seen the Daredevil season 1. It's already been renewed for season 2.
That's greenlit, baby.
Amazing, because it's an amazing show. AKA Jessica Jones is also coming up down the pipeline. That should be the next one.
Heroes for Hire. Does anyone want to see Heroes for Hire? Huh?
Luke Cage.
Iron Fist.
And then Iron
Let's get
Fist.
him in there.
Oh, by the way,
Wildcat.
Luke Cage is in the dude who plays Luke Cage in the following.
Yeah.
I just started watching the following.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's the bureau chief guy.
Yeah.
But they're going to be the Defenders, and the Defenders will be in. They've been greenlit to be in the fourth Avengers movie, the Infinity War Part 2.
How many people are going to be in these movies?
Well, I'm thinking it's because they're doing a shift in the MCU to Phase 3, and Phase 3, the Avengers are going to be different. So they might need some help, especially with. I don't know how Daredevil's going to beat up Thanos, but you know.
I'm still a little skeptical about Jessica Jones just because I love Kristen Ritter, but she is so waifish, you know. And Jessica Jones is kind of it's not waifish at all. She's very like fitness model, but like kind of like that, where she's like just very muscular and very like.
If anyone can pull it off, I think Kristen
she has
Ritter
a charisma for it, but
an
she doesn't have the body at all.
underutilized talent. I think she is.
But she doesn't have the body.
I think she's got a better body for it than Gal Gadot does for Wonder Woman.
Well,
you know,
for Wonder Woman, yes.
it was supposed to be like a 6 foot tall Amazon, and she's like, I'm a model. I'm like, no, this doesn't work. But I think if she works out. She's got months to work out still. You know, I think they can make it work.
Well, they're already filming.
She
They are actually already filming.
Well, I mean, she wore jackets till then. I saw of Killjoy.
Yeah. Well, and
Killgrave. That's
Purple Man.
Purple Man, yeah. Who was
Doctor Who?
Played by David Tennant. And it'll be still better than Broadchurch, or not Broadchurch, Grace Point. It was so sad. But they're all going to be in they are going to be in the Avengers Infinity War.
Do you want to play yourself, but with an American accent in an American show version of your show? Oh yes,
it'll be a little different, but not really enough different to make it any better.
I would love to do that. Yes,
and instead of having a Scottish cool accent, you'd be like, I talk like this.
Yeah. Hey, I'm an American. Hi.
I have the highest voice, and it's really annoying when it's American. If it's English, it's funny and like charming.
The only thing
American, it sounds like this.
The only accent that's worse than mine is Charlie Hunnam trying to do an American accent.
Van the Cabo. I think it's supposed to be.
Sometimes I
come out sometimes, and I come back. You hear an Australian accent comes through, and then I come back. Like, no. Stop.
Charlie Hunnam, stop. Just stop. You might be good on Sons of Anarchy. No, stop everything else. Just stop. Next.
Your mom might be Peggy Bunn, who was somehow hotter 20 years later.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
What is that? What kind of slut power magic is she using? Like, that's insane.
Doesn't make any sense.
Just insane.
Like, 2 times hotter than she was in the 80s.
No, agreed. Thank you, Case
And somehow looks younger. I don't know how that works.
Thank you, Case Skull. We love
I drink unicorn blood.
Yeah.
Love.
Baby blood. I'm like, okay.
I'm sucking the soul of Ed O'Neill.
Speaking of unicorn blood, guess what is confirmed for The Witcher 3?
Unicorn blood.
Sex on a unicorn.
Sex on a unicorn.
What you say? I want to play a video game, but there's not enough sex on top of a unicorn. Well, this game has it.
Like,
The Witcher
hopefully
3.
It's not on the top part of the unicorn, because that could be
dangerous. The worst part, there's a picture of it.
I just heard about it. I just like read the
It looks like it's Triss, who's like the female protagonist basically of the Witcher storyline, like not the loving, just but
is
like,
she the white hair?
Married
no, she's the other
red hair,
the red hair chick. Yeah.
But it also confirms that you can romance Yennefer.
Oh, it's good.
Who's one of the other characters in the story. But yeah,
probably a dude.
I'm hoping it's an April Fool's Day prank because it just seems weird that that's something that can be done in a video game. But I guess why not? If anyone's gonna do it,
I feel like that'd be very athletic, and also the unicorn's probably be pissed at the end.
Well, the picture is like it's like Triss. She's like sitting and like it looks like her clothes are disappearing, and she's like kind of sitting like sexily on like the neck, the top neck and like back portion of the unicorn.
That doesn't seem comfortable.
Leaning against it like this, and Geralt is sitting like near the back, straddling it in like boxer shorts, like white boxer shorts. It is hilarious.
It sounds stupid.
But thanks for that segment. That's the only reason I wanted to say that, because you had a good segment there. Go back to your stuff, though.
You like to say, yeah, good, because you just ruined my stuff. But I actually have another thing for MCU. There was an in-depth...
There's sex and a unicorn in MCU now.
There's a very in-depth interview with Joss Whedon about all things Marvel Universe.
Joss Whedon.
He'll be leaving after this next movie, after the Avengers, the Age of Ultron is his last movie.
Why do they know?
But he was talking about a few things, like how there's one thing, somebody asked him, well, will Coulson be in the movie? And he's like, Coulson's dead in my storyline. He's like, he is alive, obviously, in the show, and that show is good and whatever, but he's dead here. He's not going to be in this. So I don't know, like it almost sounded like he didn't want this. Which a show that he helped co-create, almost didn't want to be made or something. Like it didn't make any sense. Like he was like,
his brother had more of a run on Marvel.
But he was still a big part of the co-creation of that. I mean,
I honestly
he'd have let that character go.
I honestly think that he got creation credit because they're using a lot of his.
It was really weird because also his sister-in-law is Maureen Takagoshida, whatever her last name is. She got a lot of letters in the last name. But she. They were both pretty big into it, I thought, with him, and he just made it sound like, whatever, that show's there.
He's Joss Whedon, you can do what he wants.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Joss Whedon is the honey badger of the director's.
But another thing he said, which was kind of a slap in the face to all things MCU, and I kind of liked it because it was hilarious. He said the best script that's been written by anybody in MCU was Edgar Wright's Ant-Man script, which everyone knows Edgar Wright was the original person who wrote Ant-Man.
We should reveal it as Ant-Man, but not the one you're going to see. That's what
he is the original person supposed to write it, and he had creative differences and ended up quitting the project. Yeah. And Edgar Wright is known for writing.
I hope that somehow then it gets released, like leaked somewhere, because I'd love to read it.
I'd love to read it. Yeah. But he said it was the best script that was ever written for MCU, and it's one of the better scripts ever written.
I thought he did a great adaptation of Scott Pilgrim, and he's done a lot of other great stuff too. And so it's just like it was kind of sad to see him go on that project.
Yeah, it was Scott Pilgrim versus Ant-Man. That was the weird thing about it.
He's like, I'm gonna beat you
Michael,
up, Ant-Man.
Michael Cera was actually Ant-Man.
So he's like, I
get in the suit, and I'm like, a bird face, and
it's up really low, and
then just
somehow
I get a girl. Somehow I get a girl that looks good, and I look like this, like a bird face.
In every movie I'm in. So Matt,
F you, Michael Cera.
Do you want to know what the Flash Arrow spinoff name is? Huh?
I do.
Do you want to know what it is?
But I want to know.
Legends. Now, rumor. It's a rumor. It's not. It's not confirmed.
This was actually a rumor at a recent con by John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah.
That would be in the show Flash's dad, but in the '90s Flash, he was the Flash. And
Henry Allen on the current Flash.
Yes, correct. And so he was talking about it. He said something about Legends. That's just a working title.
Man, 1990s Flash was a good show too.
It was a great show.
Good. It holds up. Watch 90s Flash. There's only one season, so.
Well, I like that. I really liked the callback. That really kind of got me more invested into it. Just seeing him as the dad, I was like, that is.
That's what first actually got me hooked on the show. Like interested in the show, and then when I watched it, I was like, this is a great show.
Yeah,
it's one of the best shows on television right now. If you like action shows, if you like comedy,
it's well written. It's very nuanced. It's very. And it's so much better than Gotham.
And there's a lot of good little in jokes and stuff, and the crossover stuff's getting kind of it's pushing it a little bit right now, but otherwise, but the storyline.
It's almost like it's like having an entire Honda commercial for your whole show.
And what's great, that was awesome. That was awesome. By the way, Community, if you're not watching Community on Yahoo, please watch it because the CRV just has a superior trunk space. He's a level 7 susceptible. Oh boy.
Oh man.
And there's an article I read that's like, people, Community's dead. People aren't talking about
it's like a ghost.
Screw off. We're still talking about it.
Yeah.
Real fans are still talking about it.
And Paget Brewster adding so much to that show. Like, she is...
Well, literally, with the guy... That's the one thing I got from the article that he was really correct about, is that she really took over the Yvette Nicole Brown portion. Because she really, even... You could see it mostly in that episode 7 where she was, coddling the dean, but, you're an idiot, but, coddling at the same time.
You're so stupid.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean that. You're so stupid.
Come here, you big dumb...
Everything that I want to say ends with idiot.
Yeah, and she's definitely embraced that character. I really think the only person they've really underutilized is Jeff. Like, Jeff really has kind of been a very...
Sure, no, I agree.
He's been almost a side character, whereas he was the sage main character for the first 5 seasons.
Well, I think that they have Elroy and they have...
Keith David.
Keith David. They're trying to get other people in there. Britta's kind of came out a little more in this one too.
Definitely.
And Chang,
agree.
And Chang and Eddie had that really good Karate Kid episode.
What I like is that they've put in a lot more of Kenneth Jung, and I a lot of people don't like him. They think but I think
Kenneth Jung is great.
I think they've utilized him wrong in everything he's been in until this season of Community.
Sure.
I think they've done a great job with
Kenneth Jung is a terrific actor. And a lot of people don't know that. He's also a terrific human being, I've heard.
Well, he's a doctor.
I've heard he's a really nice guy, too, and he always plays these, off-the-wall, crazy, sometimes douchebags, jerkies, And he's actually a great human being. And I kind of like how they kind of are fitting him into the group for the first time. He's always been around the group and hiding around the group and skulking around them.
If you watch carefully, you can tell they're kind of putting him in, a Troy role. They're basically... because Dan Harmon... Great director, great writer, but you can tell the people each of these people is part of his persona.
I definitely was,
and so
I definitely noticed that when Britta went off on a rant in one of the episodes. That was something that Dan Harmon probably said in the writers' room, and they just wrote it down.
This is gold. Yeah.
But I just finally caught up, and it's very good.
Have you watched Other Space yet?
I haven't yet. I just caught up on that last night.
Well, now you have an assignment, that Other Space. By the way,
I'm just watching the following too.
If you're watching Yahoo shows, you watch Community especially, check out Other Space, dude. It's fun.
What about Sin City Saints?
I might check it out, but I that Other Space obviously it looked because I'm a fan of Red Dwarf. I'm also a fan
and it's got Joel from
Embassy
3K.
And it has Trace Belly, the guy that does Crow, I think. Yeah, he does the guy that did Crow. He plays a robot named Art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's awesome in that. But okay, so that was tangent. That wasn't actually.
That was a big tangent, but that was good though.
Ms. Marvel, Matt, maybe getting a mini series.
I heard about this.
Awesome. And the Kamala Khan
It's the Kamala Khan Miss Marvel.
It's a great comic right now, and so there's a lot of
I'd
stuff
like
they
to
can
see
do
that. I would be aware of that. I think it's needed.
I think it's a great introduction to the Inhumans. Like, so if they wait, I'd say wait till like maybe 2017 to do it. Get the right person to play Kamala Khan, and then tie it right into the 2018 Inhumans story.
I still want to see Chloe Bennett be part of this movie somehow. I don't know if she can be.
Daisy, you mean who plays Daisy Johnson,
Daisy
aka Quake?
Johnson, aka Sky,
or aka Sky as well
on the Agents of the Shield. I really want to see. She's coming.
Are you caught up on Agents of the Shield?
Yes. I didn't watch the last episode, but I watched.
Yeah, there's this nice little nod to her name, I guess, in the show, which is cool.
Well, I'm excited to see that how her character's grown. I really want her to be a part of the movie now. I'd be disappointed if she wasn't, because they're basically talking about the Inhumans. We all know it now. Just put her in the damn movie, you know. I think like with Coulson not being in the movie, which I understand he's kind of dead, and I understand pushing him off because there's so many other characters that everybody can't. Hey, also Coulson's here. Who cares? You know.
The only drawback I think to putting her in the Inhumans movie is that her character in the Marvel comics is not Inhuman. Like, she's actually been made Inhuman just for this thing.
She's not, but now that she is.
Well, what I'm saying is that it might change the team dynamic. Like, there are team dynamics.
Well, the team dynamic is that she wouldn't be anywhere near the top of the Inhumans because there's so many big players in the actual Inhumans theoretical world.
Daisy Johnson kind of has the power to level mountains, literally. So like she is actually that powerful because of the Inhuman.
And so does Black Bolt, if you think about it.
Well, that's the thing, and that's why you need like two of those people that are like, well, Black Bolt, if he says a word, he can explode someone. Well, yeah, she can do that right now and she can still talk. Like,
she can do it while she's talking, drinking a glass of water, and singing.
Yeah, like because Daisy Johnson, like in the comics, literally has enough control over her powers to like burst blood vessels in people's heads and knock them out.
Well, I think that's what they're gonna teach her to do.
Yeah,
I'm alright with that. Let's see it. Let's see what's gonna happen. But
I think her and the team might take away from. I feel
like they almost need to connect that dot in the universe. That's kind of what I feel, and maybe it'll change. Maybe when they show me more of the cast in Humans, but okay, they got enough good people. When Will Ferrell is Black Bolt and
what's happening that's really cool in the Ms. Marvel comic right now, and this is sort of a spoiler. It's kind of a reveal. So if you read the Ms. Marvel comic, you haven't read the newest one yet. Fast forward like 5 seconds. There's 10 seconds because it's starting now. So in the comic. Recently, she just found a guy he's like, oh, I'm also an Inhuman, and she's like, oh, I'm in love with him, and you know, she's a teenage girl, and she's also happy because he's
Muslim. He's so cute
because he's Muslim too, and so it's like, oh, my parents didn't even approve, but then she finds out that he's like in an evil version of the Inhumans, possibly. And so yes, and basically he like kidnaps her and brings her to this place, and she's like, wait, what? Because she's already been to like the Inhumans.
Now you can be part of the evil Inhumans.
I'm like, well, we're recruiting you, and she's like, wait,
no, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that.
Spoilers over, guys. This is the sign. Spoilers over. So you can turn the sound back on, whatever you're doing. Stop fast forward.
Over here. You better steal second.
Yeah, but so far I'm really loving that comic. It reminds in spirit. It reminds me a lot of the former Batgirl pre-New 52 comic where it was like this just regular person trying to be a teenager and be a hero at the same time, and it reminded me a lot of.
But was she making her own leather jackets though?
This is old.
That's what I'm saying. She was making her own leather jacket, taking selfies.
It reminded me a lot of like old Spider-Man comics where he was just like a regular dude at heart trying to deal with having fantastical powers and having all this responsibility for them. You know, and that's, I think when people can write that well, which I wish I knew the writer of Miss Marvel, but the writer of Miss Marvel does it very well, and also the artists are pretty good too. So
okay,
yeah, I really like that comic, and I'm still reading it. So it's one of that saga, what is it? I can't remember the name of it now. There's something in the Divine. I can't remember the name of it. Okay.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're done with it then. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I have something I need to talk to you about. There was some great trailers, and some not great trailers, and some meh trailers came out this week. Let's talk about them. I want to leave the best one for last, and we all both know this. Let's talk about the Superman versus Batman versus Superman trailer.
Yeah, sorry, this one might be a little long, guys, because I also have a big thing to say too.
Oh, jeez, how long are we?
It's fine. We'll keep on.
It's gonna be a 2-parter, I guess. Just but so how do you feel about the Superman trailer?
It was okay. I really like Batman's costume.
I dug Batman's costume, and I actually dug the power suit that he was wearing.
Well, that's ripped straight from the Dark Knight Returns.
I dug the power suit. Everyone's
like,
like, oh, he's wearing a big
that.
metal suit. I'm like, that's the power suit. That's how he
That's
fights.
ripped straight from
That's
it.
how he fights Superman. But
yeah, he's gonna fight him with just his regular
there's one
arms.
point, and this is the point that it's actually like been picking at me, like it's like poking me in the eyeball every time I think about it. The Batwing is flying through the air, shoots missiles, and kills people.
Yeah, and like those people died.
They're dead.
They died.
Like Batman doesn't kill people.
They're my stun missiles. No, dude, those exploded.
He's like, oh,
Stun missiles.
something about making you bleed. I'm gonna make you bleed. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this?
Well, no, in the Dark Knight Returns, he has a good
killing
reason for
me.
doing that. Like, because Superman's kind of a douche.
But I got that.
So if they go by that storyline,
But I'm like,
I understand
he
why
sounded
he says
like
that.
that almost made him sound like he was a villain in the trailer or something. I'm like, I don't get what's going on.
I like the voice
here.
distorter too. I like that it
I
wasn't
did.
like.
I did. I'm glad he did
I was
that.
like, it's Bruce Wayne.
He still did like a little Christian Bale when he was doing the voice store. But
What?
a little.
I can't remember. Somebody was talking about like how there's a fun. They're not gonna have that playfulness. You know, it doesn't look like it like the Batman Superman comic has. But
It is so dark.
because like in the original when Batman and Superman first met, they like Superman was like, oh, you're Bruce Wayne. Like he just activated vision through it, and then so Bruce Wayne like just stopped by his apartment, and like Clark Kent's apartment is like, you're Clark Kent, and that was like the end of it. And I
He
was
gave
like,
him a
okay.
finger and just like
Yeah.
he sunk vanilla through the window.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like,
What's up?
What's up? You know?
I'm Batman.
You got yours, I got mine.
I'm Batman. I don't like it. Killed me. I really wanted, and it was very Watchmen-esque. The trailer.
I think Ben
He
Affleck's
did-
gonna be the
it was
best.
definitely a Zack
I
Snyder
think Ben
trailer.
Affleck is going to be the best. My prediction: Ben Affleck's going to be the best part of that movie.
I wouldn't doubt it. Actually,
I'm excited to see him in the movie.
I want to see him in it. Yeah, and I want to see Jeremy Irons' outfit.
And I didn't think Daredevil sucked.
But I don't. Why is he killing people? I just want to know. Just tell me why. Now it's killing me.
Because it's
eating
Zack
me in the
Snyder.
inside.
It's Zack Snyder's fault.
But I wanted Rorschach to be in this trailer because it was very Watchmen-esque. It was like, one of us died tonight. Somebody knows why.
well, I mean, Rorschach is basically a ripoff of Batman anyway.
Yeah, basically. Except with less money.
Yeah.
Much less money.
He's poor Batman.
Super poor
Poor
Batman.
man. Poor man.
This is what Batman would be like if he was poor.
Okay, next trailer. Keep going. Keep
Okay,
going.
they had another Ex Machina trailer, which was
Oh, jeez.
dark,
27 minutes.
gritty, beautiful. I want to see this movie really bad. Like, I want to see this movie. It looks so good. So, and I've heard from a couple people, like reviewers and stuff that seen it. It really is like a throwback to those really tense sci-fi movies in the 70s and 80s, but done in the graphics and awesomeness of now. So it's something that really has all the good, like, tense feels in it, but also gives you the cool graphics.
I like Ex Machina because it looks like it's got it looks like a thriller. It looks sexy kind of, and it's like, you know,
and you're like, is this dude gonna have sex with this robot?
It's very Blade Runner-esque, where it's
Yeah.
like, you know, how smart is this robot?
Yeah, and
you know?
who knows? There could be other robots there. Who knows what's going to go on here? This thing could have some crazy plot twists. in it.
Oscar Isaac character rip a
Yeah,
face
he's
off.
like-
He's a robot.
He's got like just a robot face.
I am a robot. You're like, what?
He's like, I have a human body and a robot face. Where you have the robot face or the human face and the robot body have the opposite. See,
Yeah, I think they picked really good actors to play those characters, and from what I've seen so far, I was
Oscar Isaac he might be the breakout star this year. Like he's just, he's
especially
just blowing
with
up.
Star Wars.
That's what I'm saying. He's blowing it up this year. But then the third trailer that I had to mention was, of course, Monkey Kingdom. That is actually a Disney.
Monkey Shines 2.
A Disney
Monkey Shine Brighter.
It's a Disney nature movie that came out this week for Earth Day. But the third trailer, of course, being Star Wars. Wow.
You had a segue for that. By the way.
JJ hit some home runs with that trailer.
With that trailer, yes. So we're
But dude, that trailer was great.
But see, Matt,
did that trailer hit all your feel points?
What planet did you think they were on?
I was thinking Tatooine.
Not Tatooine. It's not Tatooine.
But
it's a planet called Jakku.
I was still getting all the feels that I wanted from that.
I kept saying, people saying, like, yeah, Tatooine looks so awesome. Like, it's not Tatooine. It's called. They literally say it's Jakku. Like,
it's another desert world.
Yeah.
There could be more. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Jakku. Jakku!
I think Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
did
I think that's
my
my
yeah.
favorite.
But
I'd probably because they're like probably it's like 2 sons is too much money. We're just one son is less, so we'll call
this one has 3 sons. Ooh, take that.
It's a trinary system.
There are
that would
trinary
suck.
systems.
That would suck for a planet. Believe me.
I've heard binary systems. There's like more chance of a habitable zone in a lot of binary systems.
Yeah, but it's also more chance that you'll die in a fiery death.
That could be a Mercury too. For every Earth, there's a Mercury.
Hot Jupiter.
Mercury sucks. Mercury sucks. Venus also sucks.
Hey man, it's no Nibiru.
But
my conspiracy theorist know what I'm talking about.
That trailer was amazing. It was great.
Yeah, it was. It
hit all the feel points, and then right at the end, man, you almost shed a tear. Don't tell me you didn't like when Han and Chewie walked on the screen like.
Actually, that was the only part I didn't really like because of how contrived that was.
We're home. That's what it's for. That's what it's for.
They should have been like, yuck.
It was a shot from one shot from.
I liked
from Empire Strikes Back.
I really like seeing Rey and Finn running because I was like, that looks like.
I want to know more about Rey's character. A lot more about her character now.
Yeah, because she's gorgeous.
Well, she's gorgeous, but she's also like, Daisy Ridley. I thought she was like gonna be like Han's daughter or something. She's some weird scavenger.
But she might still be Han's daughter.
She is still Han's daughter, but I want to know about her character now. Also, the BB-8 model was really cool, and that is a practical model.
Yeah, that's
not
magnets.
CGI.
You could actually, there's actually like tutorials online to make your own.
Well,
BB-8.
supposedly they're talking about that there's going to be a toy. Or an adult toy that comes out, not adult toy.
Sexy.
Adult toy. It's just like a big ramrod.
Yeah, just
slice it.
Oh yeah, baby. BB stands for.
They already have a gyroscopic remote control ball.
Yeah, why not?
And so all they gotta do is put the thing on top of it, and they can make like $1 billion off of that.
Just put a top of a trash can on, and you're ready to go.
I mean, it's just like R2D2, like anything R2D2 sells, and this thing is practical and it's really cool looking. They could really make a lot of money off of it too. But
and Star Wars doesn't know anything about making money.
Oh, they do, and that's why they're gonna do it. But I can't wait to see that. It really got me excited for Star Wars.
I like
good hitting the feels.
Yeah, the nods to the old Star Destroyer and the old X-wing, and then they show the new X-wing and the new Star Destroyer. And you're like, nice. And that Kylo Ren does look way too much like Revan.
He does look a lot like Revan. But I want to know his backstory now. I still want to know.
I still want them to keep the old. There's no reason they can't keep the old Republic, and it just is.
Now, I actually misquoted. Cause I thought you said that the old Republic was part of the canon. So I was like,
no, I said I hope it was part of the canon. My assumption was that there's no reason.
I feel like it sucks for like the game, the old Republic, and stuff like that. Like it's still running.
That's actually what I based my assumption on because
So like
because EA is doing Battlefront. EA also owns the rights to BioWare and EA owns the publisher BioWare. And also, and still publishing that game. So it's like, okay, well, why isn't that still in canon?
Yeah, I feel like they need to like completely redo it or something like that because I feel like it sucks. It's like a punch in the gut for them. It's like, well, yeah, you guys are Star Wars, but not really.
Plus, those are known to be like the most iconic games of the Star Wars universe.
Sure,
so that's the old Republic.
Sure,
and yes, I know there's some Super Star Wars fans. Also, a great game. Super Star Wars. Also, the
Battlefront,
Force Unleashed,
and Force Unleashed too. Yes, I love.
So there are some great Star Wars.
Is Force Unleashed not part of the canon?
Also not part of the canon. Yeah,
I love the Force Unleashed. That was a great game too. You have a great thing to finish with. So let me do.
Let's actually. What I'm thinking is let's do a separate one with just this, so we can just post this one.
Okay.
It's gonna take a little bit.
All right. Then let me do. I only have one last thing. Do you have anything?
Well, you do. No, you go. I don't have anything.
Okay, I just have something about Destiny.
By the way, Iceman's gay.
I have 2 things. One's a quick little thing. There's a leaked Marvel credit cut that was supposedly the Age of Ultron. Did you see this? It was basically there's a guy washing a window and then Spider-Man was like on the wall and like talking to him, but it was fake. It was like somebody made it. It was a nice looking fake.
I kind of want to see that thing.
It was a nice looking fake. I'm sure it's on the net somewhere.
That's funny.
So that like everybody's like, oh, is this the mid credit cut that they were talking about? It is fake. It's fake. All right, actually, I had 2 things. So Rogue One. The plot was announced for Star Wars Rogue One.
I actually forgot to write that down.
And they're going to steal your Death Star plans.
Well, they said it was a heist film.
Well, if everyone knows the original Star Wars, The New Hope, the title that they gave it afterwards. The first thing, like the first scene, they're looking for.
New Hope, you freaking amateur.
They're looking for the Darth Vader comes in looking for the plans for Death Star because they were stolen.
Because he lost them.
And so
basically, where did I put them?
This movie, he's like. I thought I had pockets on this.
Man.
Choke someone. No force lightning. I don't get that power for some reason.
Crazy robot arms? I don't know.
I don't know. But
He just honed it in the one direction. The choking.
it's just the choking.
Oh,
So the Rogue One is going to be about them stealing the Death Star plans. Them being Sabine, being whoever. I don't know who it is, but they haven't really
the
gone into
female
it too
main
much.
character. I can't remember the actress's name right now.
Well,
she's an English actor, but actress, but I can't
I don't remember. Yeah, the person who should have been Tatiana Maslany. But
oh man! And another story before we quit. Boba Fett is now confirmed alive. Confirmed alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
For all you jerks out there,
okay.
It's not alive. Yeah, Disney totally can't.
All the Disney death threats are like, fine.
Like, okay, we'll give you this.
He's alive.
He's alive. Oh boy.
And 1,000 nerds cried out. Yay!
I actually felt the force shift. I was like, whoa.
And the last thing, which I wish we didn't end on because that was better. But Destiny, the
Den of Wolves.
The
House of
Wolves.
Thieves.
That's what it is. House of Wolves.
House of Wolf Thieves.
House of Cards.
It's like Sly Cooper.
The House of Wolves. Supposedly there's a lot of cool updates to it, which kind of sucks. Like the things they were telling me.
Sold yours back.
Yeah, I sold it back. But
I didn't.
You can exchange all your materials now, which you couldn't do before. Because you're like, hey, if you have 30 of this thing, you get 1 of this thing. It's like I don't.
Because I've made anything.
Yeah. This is thanks, lame. But now there's also a way to upgrade your actual armor into something cooler,
so you can make your upgrade your armor not suck.
Yeah, so you can tailor it to your character. Whereas before it's just like, oh, I happened to get this thing that had +1 to
Is
this
there any
thing
way
that
you can
I don't really
upgrade
need.
the story to make sense and actually be a story?
Well,
that'd be nice.
supposedly the who's the dude? Not the dude who talks to Traveler, the voice. The voice of the Traveler guy. He is like the guy who you do this stuff with now. So he's like, hey, I'm here. Would you like to exchange your stuff now? Okay, I can help.
Yes, that's right. I helped everyone by exchanging this
He's
stuff.
Like, aren't I like the president or something? And I'm like helping you exchange items.
He's like, stay a while and listen. You're like, what is going on?
He's like, take the scissor. I don't want any of this.
Sell that crap to him. He's hiding somewhere. Just find him.
He's easily hiding somewhere. He's like 4 places.
His head is like sticking out here, and you see him. And
actually, the one time they were like, "Oh, he's here." I walked around for an hour. I couldn't find him. Like, I'm out of here.
Well, he's hiding, man.
He wasn't there. I was like, he's not there. He's like, he's in that box that I can't get into. I'm in the box. Hi. Like, what are you doing?
Space Zero.
You're a dick. Stop.
Okay. So we're gonna end this one, and then we're gonna do just this Mass Effect one, and I'll tack it on something else.
That's good. No,
because
I throw it up. This is a special feature.
Well, we love you guys.
Thanks for coming. Stay classy. Fang
Fum. Bye, everyone.
Power to the people.
Free Huey. He's a character in the Marvel Universe, and this didn't.